Well, for me, it's another great day to be alive. Hello, welcome back to the show. I want to share a day I had last week with you. One day last week, I was so engrossed into what I was doing, time passed by like I was in a time machine and just transported into the future. I was editing a video project, and the next thing I knew, well, it was dark and time to be thinking about rustling up some dinner. We've all been there, or we've arrived home late from work and we want a nice, tasty meal that's quick to prepare. Now, I think your knees are going to buckle when you see what I'm about to muster up. And we all know by now that this season's recipes are what's in the fridge. And it's where I come up with a dish from the ingredients that I find in my fridge. So I removed myself from the computer that night and had a look in the fridge for some inspiration to see what I could find. I gotta say, I came up with a winning dish, a very tasty dish, and one that is super easy to make. Stick around to see what I found in my fridge. I'm Rick Michelle, and this is You Can Cook. Okay, welcome back. Now, what I found that night is I had a half of a red pepper, half of a green pepper. I found some mushrooms. I even had two Brussels sprouts left over. Yes, I threw those in. And this is how I cook, guys. What's in the fridge, I really do use it up. I always have onion. I found a little what's left over block of cheese, cheddar cheese, and I had some sliced sandwich ham and some cream, of course. And so what I did is I just chopped all this up. Obviously, I've already grated that up. We just chop these up, and you can chop them up any way you want, guys. Big, small, fine. With the Brussels sprouts, I took off the ends, and because they're really hard, took a long time to cook, I cut them in quarters. They're going to saute with the peppers. With the mushrooms, I like fairly big chunks. I cut them in threes. Look, I get rid of the stems. The stems go into the garden. The onions, again, chop them up however you want. I chop them up fairly small. Let's get over to the stove and I'll show you how I put this together. Our heat's going to be low. I'm just going to saute the capsicum and the Brussels sprouts for about at least 15 minutes on a low heat. You can brown them if you like. I'm just going to make them soft. A lot of times I will take the mushrooms and I'll brown those. I'll literally actually brown those first, which I didn't that night because I was in a hurry. If I had the time, I would have browned those. It's been about 10 minutes. I'm now going to put in some onion. The onions don't take very long to soften. It's been about maybe 15 minutes. This is where I put the cream in. I put about a cup of cream in. I put a little bit of dry mustard and a teaspoon of chicken powder. You want to bring that back up to basically a boil because we want to thicken that cream. Just bear in mind that the other stuff that we throw in, particularly the cheese, it's going to thicken that sauce up. That's been about 5 minutes. For me, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to throw in my ham and the cheese. It's looking a bit thick. If it's too thick, put some more cream in, guys, or white wine, and vice versa. If it's too thin and you need to get it thickened up, just use a little bit of corn flour and water. Thicken up your sauce. We should give it a taste. It's been about 20 minutes all up. I'm going to drain my pasta. Let me plate this up and we'll bring it over to the bench. That's it. That probably took about 30 minutes. That's probably the longest bit of time was the just softening of the vegetables. Pasta, as you know, probably takes 8 to 12 minutes. It's all done. So within half an hour, you can have something really tasty, really nice and satisfying when you're just too tired to do anything else. And pasta, well, I've used the bow ribbon. You can use any pasta you like, obviously. And I like spring onions for garnish. It's got a lot of flavor. It looks good. That's it, guys. Look, if you like what you see, please subscribe. Look me up on Facebook. I would love to have you on board. This is Rick Bushell, and you can cook.